Hi everyone, my name's Jenny and I am a British English teacher. In today's lesson we are going to learn 10 expressions with the verb to say. Back in August of last year I made a similar lesson but with the verb to tell, which is often confused with the verb to say. I will leave the link for the lesson about tell in the comments section below so that you can go and watch that after today's lesson. With all that said, let's take a look at our first expression with say. Let's start with the most basic say collocation, which is to say yes or to say no, which I'm sure you already know is to either accept or refuse. For example, she asked him if he wanted to meet up for coffee and he said yes. Number 2 is a lot more difficult. We have an idiom which we use in informal situations and it is says who. We use this idiom when we are arguing with somebody to show that we do not accept or we do not agree with what they are saying. For example, you think you're better than me? Says who? Back to our more basic say expressions is to say hello and to say goodbye. And of course, this is when we greet somebody, we say hello. And when somebody leaves or when we leave, we say goodbye. For example, it's time we said goodbye as we have work early in the morning. Take a look at the expression, it's time we said goodbye. Let me know in the comments section below why we have used the past simple in this phrase. With expression number 4, we are back to an idiom and it is say no more. And we use this idiom when we want to show the person who is talking to us that we understand exactly what they are saying or what they are suggesting, and it's not necessary for them to say anything else. For example, I'm really tired, so I don't really feel like cooking. Say no more, I'll cook dinner tonight. Number 5 is to say the least. And we use this expression to emphasize that what we have just said is actually more significant and important than we have already mentioned. For example, our hotel was basic to say the least. And what I mean by this is that our hotel was incredibly basic. It didn't have any facilities or amenities. 6 is another basic but important expression with say, and this is to say sorry, which of course means to apologize. She said sorry for turning up late to the meeting. Remember, the phrasal verb to turn up means to arrive or appear. If you want to learn more phrasal verbs, I'll also leave a link in the description box below so you can check out my playlist dedicated to phrasal verbs. 7 is to say your name, and this is to give your name, to state your name, to identify yourself. For example, one of the first things that people learn when they learn a new language is how to say their name. Number 8 is another idiom, and this is say when. And we use this expression specifically when we are pouring somebody a drink and we want them to tell us when to stop pouring. For example, I'm not sure how much milk you like in your coffee, so say when. 9 is to say please and thank you. Again, I'm not sure this really needs a definition or a meaning, but an example sentence could be, when you are in the UK, it's incredibly important to remember to say please and thank you. Our last idiom for today, or our last expression for today, is to say your piece. And this means to give your opinion, especially when you clearly feel very strongly about a subject. For example, I've said my piece, so I'll leave you to make your decision. Those are the expressions that I have for you today. Don't forget to go and watch the lesson about tell so that you can contrast the tell expressions with the say expressions. Thank you as always for watching another one of my lessons. Please come back soon for a new lesson.